Hi there, welcome to my channel mathssl. I'm speaking Thaqib Latif. Front of me, Mathematics Paper 1 DBE November 2025, which they wrote today and just a couple of hours ago. So I'm gonna make the memo of this question paper. So the first question says this is algebra question, solve for x 1.1.1. X plus 5 multiply x negative 2 is equal to 0. So the first question, x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x negative 2 is equal to 0. Set each vector equal to 0 and then solve for x. So this is going to be x is equal to negative 5. I pull over this side, or this become x is equal to negative 2 become positive 2. So this is my final answer. Second question, 5x squared plus 2 is equal to minus 9x. So the 1.1.2, this is 5x squared. Rearrange the equation into standard quadratic form. So 5x squared plus 9x plus 2 is equal to 0. I pull the negative 9x to the left hand side, become positive. Now I'm going to apply the quadratic formula here. So it's going to be quadratic formula. This is your a is equal to 5 and the b is equal to 9 and c is equal to 2. So the quadratic formula, x is equal to negative 9 positive and negative 9 square minus 4 multiply 5 multiply 2. So quadratic formula, you can use the information sheet as well if you don't understand. Multiply 5 and then now I'm going to solve. Use my calculator. The answer going to be negative 9 positive and negative 41 square root over 10. Now I solve for x. Use my calculator. Answer going to be minus 0.26 or x going to be equal to negative 1.54. This is my final answer. Third question, 8x squared greater than 2x inequality question. 1.1.3, rearrange the inequality. Positive 2x, I switch over to left hand side, become negative 2x greater than 0. Now solve for x here. So the 2x is common and we're left with 4x minus 1 greater than 0. Now I need to find the critical values here. So the critical values I'm going to find here, that's going to be 2x is equal to 0 or 4x negative 1 is equal to 0. Solve for x, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1 over 4. I pull over negative 1, this side become positive, so both sides divided by 4. Now you need to show this one on number line parabola. So I'm going to draw the parabola. So this is straight line we have. I draw the parabola. Now, so greater than 0, there is no underline. So which means this is going to be circle, most definitely. Now, where is the parabola? Because x power 2, this is a parabola. So the parabola is a positive way on top. Above the x-axis, the parabola is positive. So there is value 1 over 4. There is value 0. So x greater than 1 over 4, or this side is going to be x less than 0. The parabola is positive. X greater than 4 on right hand side, parabola is positive. So this is my final answer. Fourth question, 2 multiply 2 power 2x minus 9 multiply 2 power x plus 4 is equal to 0. This question is exponential equation. So 1.1.4, rewrite the equation. The equation is this one. Now we're going to rewrite this one. To rewrite the equation, we're going to use the law of exponents. We're going to use this law, a power m to the power n is equal to a power m n. This law I'm going to use. So it's going to be a 2 multiply 2 power x power 2. We're using this law here. Minus 9 multiply 2 power x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now let 2 power x is equal to k. So this become k. So therefore, this is going to be 2k square, because 2 power x is k, minus 9k plus 4 is equal to 0. Now we're going to solve this trinomial. So now we're going to solve the quadratic equation. So I'm going to factorize 2k minus 1 k negative 4 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to solve for k. 2k negative 1 is equal to 0, or k negative 4 is equal to 0. So the k going to be, the negative 1 become positive 1, both sides divided by 2, 1 over 2, or k is equal to positive 4. So we got two values. Now 2 power x, earlier we say let k is equal to 2 power x. So now 2 power x we're going to put back into the place of k. So it's going to be 2 power x is equal to 1 over 2, or 2 power x is equal to 4. Now we solve for x. So now 2 power x 1 over 2, 2 I pull up become 2 power negative 1. Remember, if you pull the power up and the positive power become negative. 2 power x is equal to 2 power 2. 4 I can write 2 power 2. Now the bases are the same, so therefore the x gonna be equal to negative 1, or this side x gonna be equal to 2. So this is my final answer. Fifth question, main root over 1 over x root plus 2 and is equal to 1 over x square root. Now must remember, this is the equation with third. This is a third form question, and both sides I'm going to apply the square number to get rid of the square roots. So this is going to be a 1 over x square root plus 2. This square root cancel with that square number, and this side as well, only left with 1 over x. Now solve for x here. 1 over x square root 1 over x, positive 2 become negative 2. Now I need to get rid of the square root. So I'm going to apply both sides square number. So this is going to be a, both side apply square number. This is going to be a 1 over x left here. And now I'm going to open the perfect square formula. 1 over x power 2 minus from the formula minus 2 multiply 1 over x multiply this second term 2 plus 2 times 2 power 2 is going to be 2 times 2, 4. 1 over x is equal to 1 over x power 2 minus 4 over x plus 4. Now I need to get rid of the denominator. I'm going to multiply x power 2 whole expression. So multiply x power 2 whole expression. So this is only going to left x, and this side only left 1 minus 4x plus 4x square. Now rewrite this one. I'm going to rearrange. So it's going to be a 4x power 2 minus 4x. This positive x become negative x, and this become plus 1, and this side equal to 0. Now 4x square minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. So I need to factorize. I'm going to factorize now. This become 4x negative 1, and this side I factorize. So I factorize this trinomial. 4x negative 1 multiply x negative 1 is equal to 0. Now solve for x. So the 4x negative 1 is equal to 0, or x negative 1 is equal to 0. Solve for x here. This become x is equal to positive 1 over 4, and this side become x is equal to positive 1. Now I'm gonna substitute x equal to 1 and x equal to 1 over 4 into the original equation to check which answer is correct. So I substitute x equal to 1 into the equation and x equal to 1 over 4 into the original equation. So this is no solution here, but this is the correct answer because left hand side equal to right hand side. 1.2 simultaneous equation question. Calculate the values of x and y if x is the sum of 2 and y. 5 times the product of x and y is 6 more than the square of x. So question 1.2, x is the sum of 2 and y. So it's gonna be x is the sum of 2 and y. 2 plus y. This is your number 1. And then he say 5 times the product of x and y. So which means 5xy, this is a product, is equal to gonna be is 6 more than the square of x. So 6 is more than the square of x, so it's gonna be x square plus 6. So this is my term 2. So this is my equation number 2. Now we need to solve simultaneously. So first x is already isolated, so substitute 1 into 2. Place of x, I'm gonna write 2 plus y. So the 5 2 plus y multiply y is equal to 2 plus y square plus 6. Now multiply 5y multiply 2 become 10y plus 5y multiply y become 5y square. Now this side I'm going to open the perfect square formula. Is going to be a 4 plus 4y plus y square plus 6. So I'm going to simplify this side further. 10y plus 5y square, and this become y square, and this become plus 4y plus 10. So all the y I'm gonna apply the zero factor rule to solve for y. So it's gonna be a 5y square. This y square I pull over this side become negative y square. This is a plus 10y already this side. Now this become negative 4y, and negative 10 is equal to 0. I further simplify 4y square plus 6y minus 10 is equal to 0. Then this trinomial 2 is common. I can divide by 2. So it's going to be 2y square plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to further simplify. So I'm going to factorize this one. I'm going to use the grouping by, you can factorize by grouping, or you can factorize, if you don't know how to factorize, you can use the quadratic formula as, or you can use the quadratic formula, or you can factorize by grouping or by cross multiply, or you can use the quadratic formula. So I'm gonna use the by grouping. So I'm gonna factorize this one. So this is gonna be a 2 times 5 is 10. So factors of 10, and then positive 3y must be in the middle. So I can rewrite this one, 2y square plus 5y minus 2y negative 5 is equal to 0. Now I'm gonna group these terms. So 2y square So I'm going to group this expression 2y square plus 5y plus negative 2y negative 5 is equal to 0. Now y is common here, so we left with 2y plus 5, and this side negative 1 is common, so we left with a positive 2y, and positive 5 is equal to 0. Therefore 2y plus 5 and this left with y negative 1 is equal to 0. So I factorize by grouping. You can factorize either way, or you can use the quadratic formula. So solve for y is going to be equal to negative 5 over 2, or y is going to be equal to positive 1. Now I substitute back into the equation number 1 to get the x value. So it's going to be a x is equal to 2 negative 5 over 2. The answer is going to be a negative 1 over 2, or x value, I put positive 1 place of y, so 2 plus 1, this becomes 3. So I'm going to write in ordered pair xy, negative 1, x negative 1 over 2, and the y is negative 5 over 2. And when x is positive 3 and the y is positive 1. So this is my final answer.